Good day, and thank you much for those nice requests. And I'm going to kick off today with silver. And I think we've got a rock and roll between America and Iran, and that's why everybody is just so unsure about these markets. But it looks like if I look at the commodities, and I'm going to look at weekly charts this week, they're really battling to get going again. Even gold, the favorite of early this year and late last year, is struggling. But if you look at silver, there you are. If you look at silver below the 40-week moving average, I know everybody is quite convinced that things can change around there. I'm a little bit nervous because below this 40-week moving average at $70.23, everybody will be nervous about it. And I am quite convinced that we need to wait for $70.23 before we get into buy it. Yes, we've got a beautiful dragonfly doji candle here. Now, a dragonfly doji candle always gives us an idea that there's some keen buyers around buying in the bottom and nibbling around it. But I'm a little bit nervous because this 40-week moving average is now a resistance. It's been a support for quite a while since last year, June, but suddenly it turned into a resistance. So above that, you can almost say $70. The first sign of strength will be, and we will only get a confirmation above this. Let's just get that level. There you are. We'll get confirmation above $71.55. Now, everybody is saying that silver is in a huge shortage. Yes, that can be true, and maybe they're all right, but I think let's play safe with the technicals and say 40-week moving average need to turn into a support. While we're looking at that, let's have a look at platinum. Platinum, remember, was also a favorite, but I'm getting a little bit nervous about platinum because remember, those counters did so well last year as well. But suddenly, look at platinum again below the 40-week moving average. I do not see any turnaround candles here. The momentum is clearly to the downside. Let's just have a look there. There you are. If you draw that line in, you will see that the trend is clearly to the downside. There's no reversal candles yet. So I'm a little bit nervous, and it looks like that we will only sort of attack this resistance line above that little candle there, and that candle's high is 1,827. Below 1,827, unfortunately, the momentum in platinum is down. And can you believe it? It wasn't long ago that platinum almost reached $3,000, and now we're sitting at 1,675. Yes, I do know that these mines are still making big money, but if this stock or if this platinum price starts to go lower and lower and lower, you can easily see that they say, yes, we will still make a lot of money, but we're going to withhold a little bit of these big dividend payments. We will pay dividends, but maybe not as big as everybody is anticipating. Let's have a look at gold while we're doing that. The gold price, if we look at the gold price, same sort of thing here, is that the gold price once again is below the 40-week moving average. It is negative while it is below that. Same thing here, if you look at that, if I draw that line in, the trend is solidly to the downside. Same thing here. The 40-week moving average sits at 4,475. There's just no way to rush into buy it. Yes, you can buy the Gold Fields, you can buy the Harmonies, but the gold shares are struggling. Why? Because the gold price is struggling. Now, if you see this, there is maybe a falling wedge in the making, but unfortunately or fortunately, this falling wedge will only break above $4,300. While we're below 4,300, this falling wedge is intact, putting the price under pressure. Yes, it can then bounce above it, go above the 40-week moving average. But for me, I think rather play safe and let's wait for this falling wedge to trigger before we get clever. Let's have a look at Afrimat. Now, Afrimat is one of those, let's call it a favorite that turned into an dark of the market. I mean, the company is doing good things. The management, everybody is saying that everything is going honky-dory. They're trying their best and they're fixing things up. But if I look at the share price, let's just have a look. The share price in in July 2024, this price was close to 75 Rand. It's now reaching for 29 Rand 60, well below the 30 Rand level. And if I look at it, momentum, there you are. Let's just use a simple trend line again. And for viewers that's maybe new to the program, you will see that over the years, I haven't got all these fancy models that I'm looking at. I'm looking at candles to guide my thinking, because what is the candles? The candles is nothing else than the informed capital. So what do we see here? We see that the momentum is down. It's a weekly chart. The 40-week moving average remains a resistance. There is a falling wedge, and where will this falling wedge break up to the top? Only above 34 Rand and 55 cents. That's 3 Rand from here. I will just sit on my hands. If you've got the stock, just wait. Don't add in, because if you like the company, you know that it will probably be a turnaround story later on. But wait for it. Don't rush in. There will be ample time to buy it when it starts to turn around and give higher lows. A share that does this tells you that it is under pressure and that the informed capital is not happy with it. Let's have a look at Blue Label. Blue Label is one of those companies also that everybody is keen. Everybody is saying that the company is doing well, but the company is not struggling, but it is consolidating. Interesting enough, there's quite a few companies on the JSE that is doing this sort of thing. They consolidate. Now, what the consolidation means, I always say that, and that is that the informed capital or the traders or the investors, they saying to themselves, listen, this share is consolidating. Let's see if the consolidation break to the upside or break to the downside. Now, this consolidation is for weeks ongoing now. It sits between 8 Rand and 30 cents and 9 Rand 50. It's almost like the share is waiting on some news that must break. The momentum is still down. The consolidation means that they suss each other out, and only above this level, that will be 9 Rand and 41 cents. Then you will see that the share can go to the top. Probably by then, when it gets to that level, the 40-week moving average and this resistance line will be close to each other. I usually like that because that tells you that's an important spot on the chart. So if it breaks above 941, it can maybe break to the upside. Chase a target of, there's the target of 10 Rand 86, but use your stop loss. A little bit of a big stop loss, but make use of a stop loss of 8 Rand and 43 to protect your capital so that you don't lose all your money. And then somebody asked about Sibanye. Remember, Sibanye is an interesting play because they've got gold and they've got platinum. And if I look at the share, same thing, below the 40-week moving average, it is under pressure. It just shows you that it struggles to find momentum. And the simple thing to do is use your simple trend line, draw it in, and then you see it's a resistance line. You'll find that it is also a falling wedge. There's many other shares, especially on the commodity counters of this sell-off, is showing falling wedges. The falling wedge will only break above 41 Rand. Make use of a stop loss of 44 Rand. Sorry. Make use of a stop loss of 36.88. And where can it go to? I think it can easily reach for this 40-week moving average if things start to go, and that will be 54 Rand and 1 cent. So quite interesting there. And then one of the counters that I always like, I'm just going to finish off the show here with it. It's Reinet. It's a weekly chart. It looks like that some keen buyers are starting to come in. They're not so confident yet because it must get above 485 Rand to really show some impetus, because this waterfall formation, these ugly red candles, not nice, but the candle of last week was what we call a harami. So everybody is not 100% sure, so only above 485 things will start to look better for that. But what we do know is that Mr. Rupert bought some shares around this area of 460, 470. He says that the share is offering value there. And I'm a believer that if he believes there's value, I'm sure he must be right, because he is the owner of Reinet shares. Well, all the best. Enjoy the week, and visit our website www.fransdeklerk.com for more info. And as always, thank you for watching the show.